You've made the decision to sell your home. That's the big one. Everything else from here on out is just going to be execution. But here's the thing, everything you do before you hit the market matters almost as much as when your home is actually on the market. Today, I'm going to talk you through 5 things that will have a real impact on your sales price and your overall experience. And I promise this is not going to be the same list you've heard 100 times. No, paint your front door or plant some flowers in the front to improve your curb appeal. This is going to be the stuff that actually moves the needle. So let's get into it. Number 1, get a pre-listing inspection. I know. You've lived in this house for 15 years. You know every corner of it. You've kept it up. You've fixed things when they were needed to be fixed. And you genuinely believe that it is in great shape. And it probably is. But here's the problem with that confidence. Your buyer is going to hire an inspector anyway. And that inspector is going to walk through your home with fresh eyes, no attachment, no familiarity, and a flashlight, and probably a voltage meter. But they're going to find things. And the question is whether you find them out first or you find them out mid-inspection period and everything all of a sudden feels like our hair is on fire. I had a seller in Texas who kept their home meticulously. They did all the routine maintenance on the home. And when we had a buyer come in and do their regular inspection, the inspector suggested that we have the HVAC system professionally inspected, and the seller declined. They did not think that they needed to have anything inspected because everything was in great condition, and they were super defensive about the whole thing. And the buyer ended up walking away because the seller was so defensive that they just could come to terms, and the deal had died. The house wasn't bad. It was a beautiful home, but the dynamic got so adversarial that nobody could recover from it. When you know about issues ahead of time without any sort of contract scaring you, you just fix them, or you price around them, or you disclose them confidently going in. All 3 options are better than being completely blindsided during the inspection period and having to negotiate from a defensive position. Pre-listings inspections in Central Oregon are going to run anywhere from $500 to $600, depending on the size of your home. That's a pretty small investment for the amount of control that it gives you during the transaction. We did one before our home sale in Texas, and it made everything so much smoother. I am a total believer. Number 2, declutter like you're already gone. Not tidy up, not clean for company or clean for a showing. Declutter. I do MLS tours in Redmond every single week. And I tell you what, some of the houses that I walk through give me the feeling that the sellers have not mentally accepted the fact that they're moving yet. There are cabinets full of glass cat figurines. There are craft rooms that are completely, fully operational mid-project as if somebody's coming back from lunch in a little bit. And family photos on every single wall, every single buffet, every single coffee table, everywhere. Don't even get me started on the closets. Some of these closets look like the people living there have not gotten rid of any clothing since 1987. And I say this with so much love because I get it. This is your home and you want your home to reflect your life, but the buyers need to be able to walk through and see your home without seeing your life in the home, if that makes sense. It's not about making your home feel empty or sterile. I've said that before. It's about giving the buyers enough breathing room to mentally place themselves in the space. And when every single surface is covered and every single closet is totally packed, your buyers are not going to be able to see past your stuff to imagine their stuff. And that hesitation is going to cost you. Give yourself 6 to 8 weeks before your target list date if you can. Rent a storage unit, call your kids, tell them to get their stuff out of your garage. And one rule of thumb that I like to think about is if I don't want to bring this to my next home, it probably doesn't need to be in the home during the listing period. Number 3, you need to address your big ticket items. Buyers in 2026 are doing their research before they ever walk through your door. They have looked at all of your photos online. They've saved it and they're comparing it next to 3 other homes that they're comparing. And they've already started mentally calculating what it will cost to bring your home to their standards. The items that they're watching for the most closely represent large future expenses that are non-negotiable, like the roof or the HVAC system or the water heater. If your roof has 2 or 3 years of life left in it, the buyers are going to use that to negotiate the price down. If your water heater is original to your 22-year-old home, your buyers are already doing math to calculate the replacement. So you can address these things before you list. You can price to account for them, or you can disclose them up front, but you cannot pretend that they're not there and then expect the price to hold up through a home inspection. My suggestion for this would be to get bids on anything that you need or think you might need to do for your home. And then if you know the actual cost of the replacement, gives you a little bit more information with real numbers, because guessing on that sort of stuff doesn't ever really work. It's best to just get the estimate. Number 4, invest in professional photography. This is a non-negotiable for me. I will die on this hill. Over 90% of buyers these days are finding their homes first online. Your photos are the first showing of your property. They decide whether a buyer is going to add you to the list of homes to see or just keep scrolling. There's no second impressions for someone who decides in the first 3 seconds that the photos weren't worth their time. A well-maintained, well-presented home with bad photos will underperform every single time. When you list with me, professional photography is included. You don't have to source a photographer. You don't have to figure out what to ask for. You don't have to wonder if it's being done right. That's a part of the transaction that I bring to the table because I genuinely believe it's one of the most important things we can do for your sale, and I'm not willing to skip it. You just have to have your home ready, and I will take care of the rest. Number 5, know what is actually going to land in your pocket after everything is paid before you agree on a price. So this is one thing that a lot of sellers skip because they just don't think about the costs that are included in selling a home. Your list price and your walkaway money, your net at the end of the day, are not the same number. Seller closing costs in Oregon typically run 2 to 3% of the sales price. Agent commissions come out of that proceeds. If you have a remaining balance on your mortgage, that's going to get paid off before closing. And if your equity has grown significantly in the time that you've lived in the home, which for a lot of long-term Central Oregon residents, it has, there may be capital gains. And that's a conversation to have with your CPA before you close, not after. I'm not a tax advisor. This is not tax advice. It's just a flag worth raising early. Before you agree to a list price or sign a listing agreement, ask your agent to walk you through a net sheet. That's a line-by-line breakdown of what you'll actually walk away with after all the costs and the payoffs. That number is what you're actually selling for. It's also the number you're planning your next chapter with, whether you're going to move to a 55 and older community, or you're going to move closer to your family, or you just want to get a fresh start somewhere new and somewhere warmer. And the net sheet just gives everyone the same information at the same time, and that is better for everyone. A listing agent who won't walk you through this before asking you to sign a listing agreement is a listing agent who is not putting your interests first. Okay, 5 things. Pre-listing inspection, declutter like you're already gone, address your big ticket items, professional photography, and know what you'll be walking away with at the end of the day before you agree on a price. Preparation is where most of the money is made or lost on a home sale. The sellers who do the work before they list are the ones who price confidently. They're going to generate activity in the first few weeks and close cleanly without any of that drama in mid-inspection period. If you're thinking about listing your home in Central Oregon and want to talk through what preparation looks like for your specific home, I would love to have that conversation. No pressure, no obligation, just real information so that you can make a real decision. The link to schedule is in the description below. And if this was helpful, please like and subscribe. I make videos specifically for Central Oregon homeowners who want to understand the market before they make any decisions.